Alright, we should be live. Right on the dot. When's the last time that happened? Wow. Okay, no green screen today. Was feeling lazy on that front. Just want to check a few more things. Music should be good. I have it set down to minus 42 decibels, which for my personal listening doesn't sound too bad. If it's overpowering, I can lower it a little more. Game audio, I think that can be around 27 decibels. So just let me know if those are too loud. Not that we'll have much game audio, it's mostly just going to be the clicks. Just sit for a little bit longer here as we get ready. Not sponsored. Starbucks drink though. Needing it badly. We'll see how my voice does. My throat is all but gone. See right there. You might hear some voice cracks. This might be like a prepubescent stream here, because I am hanging on for dear life. Music could be turned down just a hair. Okay. 42. Let's go down to 45. 45 to me sounds pretty good, and then I'll go down to 30 on the game audio just in case. Again, we're only gonna hear clicks, but might as well. Okay, let me know how that goes. Yep. Supporting the evil empire. Probably won't be the evil empire for much longer. Alright, last little household items here. Let me get my screen set up. Whoa! No. I just put my webcam on the screen. I don't want to see that. Don't show me that, ugly guy. Alright, there we go. So now I can see my screen a little better. Okay, webcam is in the way, so let me move the webcam as well. Alright, I think that'll be a lot better. Webcam's down at the bottom. Nobody wants to see the webcam anyway. Okay, chug that. Give it just a few more minutes and then we'll kick off here. An early stream today. Hope to see some stragglers, that'd be fun. Hope to see some returning people who watched the end of the season 2. Of course, spoiler alert for those that haven't seen it. I know it is fairly short after, although it was two days almost, so you had time, not much. I mean, you can see from the screenshot right there, or the game, we did not end up beating Texas. Of course, Texas ended up winning against us, and it wasn't particularly close. It was for about 3 quarters. 2 to 3 quarters, it was a pretty close game. It was bowl week 2, where Texas beat us 57 to 39. And in that game, pretty much we're dominated on everything. Our defense wasn't horrible, if that makes sense. Like, our defense definitely struggled, but they weren't horrible. We threw 3 interceptions. I thought Ryan Rivers struggled a lot. And one thing about him, and this is going to be a big question. I can't click on his player card from here, I don't think. That's okay. Rivers' awareness, I believe, is at the max it can be. So you can see here his awareness is 75. He will not get smarter. Now, awareness doesn't just make it where... Awareness is often thought of, I think, as the CPU metric. So if you have a CPU team or a CPU player that you're not controlling, you think awareness is going to determine how they do, how smart they are. Awareness isn't just the decision making they do. Awareness also affects like how their composure is. So even if I'm controlling Ryan Rivers, if the crowd is really loud, he might struggle more as a quarterback because his awareness is lower. Awareness also affects their abilities. So his throwing, his accuracy. Awareness can affect his accuracy. It might not be as consistent. Awareness affects a lot of stuff. It's not just simulation and thought process. Something to keep in mind. Of course, Texas also bottled up Duke Watson, the Heisman winner. Couldn't really get going against them, and that basically, if we couldn't get Duke Watson going, our passing game was good, but we just couldn't rely on it enough to carry us. You can see Mbakwe, only 38 yards. That's not going to cut it. Godfrey only 42. I thought Milliner was our best receiver in this game, even though he got 0 touchdowns. He was making some plays. But end of the day, Jaren Graham, you know, he came on towards the end too. I'm excited to see his senior year, or junior year, actually. End of the day, we just got outmatched. We were not supposed to be in the playoffs in year 2. And, man, my hair is a mess. We were not supposed to be in the playoffs in year 2. We made it. And the Longhorns beat us by 18. But again, it was pretty close. One quick look again. Box score, you can see 21-7 after the first quarter. We actually led at halftime. We led 31-28 at halftime, which is pretty incredible. In the third quarter, that is where things fell apart. You can see a big goose egg to 24. We lost third quarter bad, and that really just put us in the hole. So things were going well until they weren't, and when they started going poorly, we kind of just fell apart. It was really tough. It was just tough to keep the guys winning their matchups individually. So we'll look at a few things before we move on. We've got the history update. As Florida tops Texas in the championship game, we couldn't even lose to the winner. Billy Napier is your winning coach, even though in real life, I believe he just got fired. So that's funny. Am I able to see? I can't see the box score of that, but that's okay. Yeah, if I sound stopped up, I'm stopped up. I have a bass filter on as well. It's the same thing I use when I record. If my audio sounds weird, either is my allergies or it could be my bass filter. So if it sounds too messed up, let me know. Coach skills. Let's take a look at this. So this is our new defensive coordinator. We got his pipeline. I don't know if it shows pipeline here. We had a Mississippi pipeline. Now, I did kneecap our recruiting a little bit, and that might end up coming back to bite me. I fired our defensive coordinator. Despite our good year, our defense was not that great, and I thought it was time to move on to a new coordinator, man. So we got a master motivator in Aaron Ball, and he has some decent defensive stuff. We should get better boosts this year, which I thought would be pretty helpful. Recruiting wise, it would be nice to get better boosts, but honestly, I would like these gains. Now, I don't like where they're allocated. DBs, we might do all right here. I wish that he had more points in his DB trees than he does linebackers. So he's a linebackers coach primarily. That's not necessarily ideal. I don't know that he'll be our coordinator after next year. I do really like Paul Petrino. And Paul Petrino, is he really their coordinator in real life? Is he related to, oh man, I'm blanking on, yeah, he is their coordinator in real life. He's related to Bobby Petrino. Yeah, that's right. Which, Bobby Petrino, did I see something about him recently? Alright, we just go on these tangents sometimes. Did he go back to Arkansas? I think he went back to coaching in Arkansas. Why in the world did they bring back Bobby Petrino? That is something wild. Anyway, not relevant. We do have 12 skill points to spend. That means we get 1 trait. We could look to save up 4 motivator. I don't think that would be the worst idea. I would like to get program builder. That's going to require winning 5 playoff games. We've only won 1. So that's going to be tough to get to. Talent developer as well would be nice, but we're not really close to that. And then strategist, we need to win 4 bowl games. Strategist is pretty solid. There's a lot of good trees in this game. I do like how all the coaches' abilities, now there's probably better ones than others, but all of them seem to be fairly usable. I think when it comes to tactician, at this point, we need to put points into the defense. I think as far as recruiting goes, I'm pretty set up here. I want to get scouting down for a lot of these, so I'll probably look to go ahead and start lowering those at some point. But for now, I'm just going to hang on to the 12 points. That's not going to help me much, no matter what I choose. So we'll hang on to those points. And then look at some season stats, season stats. Ryan Rivers ended his junior year. 72% completion percentage, 33 touchdowns, 15 interceptions. Now, I would like to compare that with Zach Pyron's first year. I want to see how he did. So we're talking almost 4,000 yards, 33 touchdowns, 15 interceptions, and 72% completion percentage. Zach Pyron, who struggled this year, but he was on a bad team, finished with 3,400 yards, 26 touchdowns, 15 interceptions, and a much lower completion percentage with 6.6 yards per attempt. So that's kind of good to compare. Not that maybe Zach Pyron would have done just as well as Rivers did, but I kind of wanted to see more so how did our passing game grow, because we know our running game grew tremendously. Our running game was a lot better than year one, and it was really, really good in year one. But yeah, we went up a whole yard per attempt through the air. We went up almost 400 yards, or if not 400 yards, and then considerably better touchdown to interception ratio. 2.2 as opposed to it's not going to do the math for me. 26 over 15. That's 1 point, a little over 5, like 1.6, 1.7. So we definitely got better there. Let's go back to South Alabama. Running the ball. Yeah, Duke Watson, tremendous. 10 yards a carry, 38 touchdowns, breaks Barry Sanders' records. We had 40 rushes of 20 yards or more. That's incredible. 40 rushes. Now, 22 broken tackles. I don't think that comes close to Kentrell Bullock's. Duke Watson, not a very good broken tackle player, and the yards after contact probably also lower than Kentrell's would have been in year one. Longest run of 95 yards, and he took a lot of snaps. If we look at his wear and tear, it's already reset. He's at half career health. He should be ready to go for year 3. Kenyon Clay came in and he averaged 5 a carry. This is more of your Kentrell Bullock comparison point, although obviously a lot less dynamic. He averaged around 5 yards a carry, spelling Duke Watson, which is still really solid. 7 touchdowns, and those weren't vultures either. He vultured maybe a few touchdowns, but for the most part, probably 5 or 4 of those touchdowns were like 5 to 10 yard runs. Average 41 a game, 5 runs of 20 plus or more, which is pretty great. But not great. That's decent for how slow he was, because I think his speed was 86. Yeah, so he was pretty slow. 11 broken tackles though. So in half the carries of Duke Watson, he had half as many broken tackles. I thought he would get more. And then he had the 1 fumble that we benched him for in one game. Winston Malone took a big step back this year. He only ran it 19 times, but he was not super effective in those 19. And then receiving, Jake Godfrey reached 1,000 for us. Not nearly as dynamic as Devin Boyson was, but still really solid. Good player. 9 touchdowns, 1,100 yards. He had 8 drops and 6.2 rack. And then Milliner was our second wide receiver, but I would argue Mbakwe was. He just was out for a lot of the season. Like, if you look at his games played, 5 less games played than both of these guys. Averaged a lot more. Well, not more than Godfrey. Averaged more than Milliner. 7 and 6 touchdowns for these two guys combined. And then pretty low drop numbers for these two. I thought they were much better at catching the ball and securing it than Jake Godfrey was. Milliner especially. I mean, 60, I wish it showed targets, but he did not drop the ball often. He felt really, really solid to throw it to, and a lot of his drops were contested balls. And then Trent Thomas, he'll be transferring. We did not do a good job of getting our tight ends involved in the passing game this year. I think that might be somewhat due to my playbook. Sacks given up. Rhino Tapa Tuatai gave up 2, and Stanton Ramil gave up 2. I can live with that. I mean, I don't know if this is accurate. 7 sacks given up all year. I don't think that's accurate. Let's see. Yeah, 10 sacks. I mean, maybe it doesn't track like if I ran into a sack and it's my fault. Our sack rate was really low though. I would imagine if I look at the whole NCAA, that's got to be one of the lowest sack rates among qualifying passers. So let's see who threw anything more than like 50 passes. So not number 1. Nico Marchiol was number 1. He got sacked 7 times for a rate of 1.5. But Rivers was in the bottom 10, or top 10 rather. So Rivers was a top 10 quarterback in terms of not getting sacked. And part of that's we just got the ball out fast. Part of that's probably sliders a little bit. Our line being so much better than the defensive pass rush in our conference. I would guess most of our sacks came early in the season. We can actually look at that. So we had 2 sacks against Texas. We had 3 sacks against Bama. That's Bama behind me. So yeah, I would say of our 10 sacks, we had 3 in our first big game of the season. Half of our sacks came in 2 games against top 10 teams at the time. That's pretty solid. And I'm really stopped up. Sorry about this. That should improve next year, but we'll talk more about that in a minute. 170 tackles for Blaine Myrick, 136 for Wesley Miller are 2 captains of the defense returning. They were really solid. Miller wasn't as good as I thought he'd be, though. He did take a step back in year 2, or year 4. Year 2 of our series, that is. Christian Caldwell was decent. We're going to have to replace both of our linebackers, though, in our sub packages. And then TFLs, RJ Moss, probably defensive MVP after Myrick. 23 TFLs, 13 sacks. He was really excellent. Tyler Thomas was pretty decent. Emmanuel Waller was a bit of a letdown, for sure. And then interceptions, 5 for Blaine Myrick. He was just all over the field. He was so good. He really was. Of course, we changed him to Mike linebacker, so he became a signal caller. I don't think that ended up hurting his development at all. And then Deuce Vance with 2, Caldwell, Young, and Caleb Dozier with 1 each. I wonder who's going to transfer from this bunch. Especially now that our defensive coordinator has the defensive backs are less likely to transfer. We'll see. Alright, I think that's good on stats. So let's go ahead and simulate. Let's get into this thing. This is going to be interesting. One thing I haven't considered, Duke Watson could go pro. He could declare for the draft. And that would be pretty unfortunate for us because we're definitely going to rely on him. If he's here next year, expect another Heisman campaign if we can put it together for him. All right. This is it. Players leaving. Now, Watson is a true 89. That might be high enough, especially with the accolades he got. That might be high enough for him to leave. And he's projected to go round 6. Wow, he's gone. Wow, I was not expecting that at all. Persuasion chance, none. Chance to persuade, none. So there's literally 0 reason to even try to persuade him. 89 overall, and he has 0 persuasion chance. And he's projected round 6. That doesn't even make sense. First of all, I don't think he'd be a round 6 player. He's a young running back. Man. Sorry, my hair is really annoying me. Kind of just falling all over my head. I need to get it cut. Wow, that's a killer right there. I was anticipating him jumping up to star or elite development and us having our best player again. And instead he ends up being a 1-year rental because he was just so good. So if Jared Hollins is looking to transfer, I would like to bring him back. We have 8, so we'll come back to him. Wide receiver, Jeremy Scott looks to transfer. Not worried about that. Terrence Spruce, also not worried about that. Whoa! Trent Thomas isn't transferring. He's staying. I was not anticipating that in the slightest. Okay, that's pretty good news. We lose a center here, George Higgins. Did I have Higgins on my return board? So I scout my players before, and I make sure that they're players I want to return. No, I did not have Higgins on my return board at all. I'm not too worried about him. I'm a little torn up about that, if I'm being honest. I really wasn't expecting Duke Watson. I was expecting him to potentially declare. I wasn't expecting him to have no chance of being persuaded. I think that's fair. I think it's fair. I was mentioning yesterday that Watson's the type of player who has a really good season, and then the game should change his focus to not just, excuse me, not just be playing time anymore. It should be playing time plus something else, whether that be pro potential or brand recognition. And instead, the game hits me with the curveball of he is going pro and you cannot convince him to stay. So perfectly fine with me. Chantrell Lewis, is he someone I was interested in? No. But here's the thing. Can I see his caps now? You can see caps during this. Okay. Yeah, Chantrell Lewis can go. Not wasting a point there. Randy Noble, he was pretty solid for us in relief of Ansel Dinamba this year. And his caps are pretty solid still. I really wouldn't mind keeping him if I can. We have 8, so I'll keep an eye on that one. Nathan Jennings, the sophomore. Wouldn't be bad. We can come back to him as well. Caleb Dozier's leaving for pro potential. Dozier, ooh, he's good. Yeah, I wouldn't mind getting him. So 8 persuasions. I have 3 already I'm interested in, maybe 4. William Felton, brand exposure. We have gotten brand exposure up. And yeah, he can go. Alright, here were the ones I was worried about. Dallas Young, I definitely want to bring him back. And we have very low chance. Caps are still decent. The man can get better. The zone's kind of stuck where it is. I'd like to bring back Dallas Young if possible. I'm going to go ahead and burn my first persuasion chance. We got him. He decided to stay. Alright, so we start off with a win. Well, we start off with an L, but then we get a win back. Deuce Vance. Nehemiah Chandler. I definitely want him to stay. I think in real life, he's playing for them right now, and he's pretty good. Now, in the game, no, he can go. Deuce Vance. He'd be good. Wouldn't mind bringing Deuce Vance back. And then Cube Gurley. No, he can leave too. Alright, so we're going to try for Deuce Vance, I think, because I do have other players. But I think we'll make it work with 8 persuasions. No, he's gone. Oh, another one. Man, it's hitting hard and fast today. Alright, Ty Goodwill. Let's check his caps. No. Not messing with that. Quandre Stitzer. Now, he's pretty solid. I would like to keep him. And he has really, really good caps. Now, he doesn't have... He's impact dev, so will he reach those? I don't know. Low chance. Let's see. No. But we might be able to bring him back. So we might try to recruit him in the transfer portal period. And then Jonathan Gaston. No, Jonathan Gatson. Can be fast, but no. I'm going to try to bring back my punter, Deontay Waller. My punter who wants to leave for playing style. We're too good for him. He decided to stay. All right. We bring back the punter. Beautiful. That means I can persuade Caleb Dozier, which I think I would like to do. That would leave me Randy Noble as well. I want to try to bring him back. Decided to stay. Man, we are nailing it with the persuasions. I am so tempted to use one on Duke Watson, even though it's none. I assume that means literally 0% chance. But I'm like just tempted to ask him. Jared Hollins, I would like to keep around, I think, at Impact Dev. The problem is playing time's going to go up after this year. But here's the thing. Ryan Rivers is gone after this season, so if we don't get another quarterback, Jared Hollins could be the heir apparent. I think it makes sense to try to bring him back at 3 persuasions. We're getting close. No, he's gone. Alright, we have 2 left. It'd be troll to use it on Duke Watson. We could try to bring back Nathan Jennings. I don't think it's worth it to risk one, though. I think my options are Caleb Dozier, and then I'm gonna try one on Duke Watson just for the giggles. No, Caleb Dozier's gone, and our Heisman running back. Can we bring back the man, the myth, the legend, Duke Watson? No persuasion chance. He's gone. All right. I don't know if I'm continuing the Giants series, but if I am, Duke Watson definitely will be there. Oh, let's do one more thing before we go forward. I want to see if we can rob our rivals. Now, they don't show you what the deal breakers are. Oh, yes, they do. Pro potential, playing style. Why is Vyson Lang wearing his helmet for his picture day? At media day, Vyson Lang puts on his generic gray helmet. What is he doing? Take it off, son. That's so funny. Champ contender. Ooh. We could get someone like Corey Blackwell. I'm gonna put some of these down real quick on my notepad. Kobe Blackwell. Now, Blackwell, we can look at his stats too. No, I don't want to look at his stats. See his caps. Not very good. Okay, never mind. Got another champ contender. Also pretty solid sophomore player. Championship contender, bump and run. Now, I don't think it shows you their development, which is perfectly fine. We did lose a point in our pipeline. That's rough. Wow. Okay, I might have messed up with that then. And he could get pretty decent. So, Willie Goodwin. Somebody I'd be interested in taking. Wyson Lang. I mean, he could be pretty solid too. No, he can't really get much better though. And then that's it for Troy. So now I'm going to look at Alabama and Auburn. Pro draft. Playing time. Hold the phone. Mark Fletcher. 90 speed, 90 acceleration. Sorry. Just have a lot of junk. Now, Richard Young would be interesting. Fletcher would look more like Kentrell Bullock in year one. Caps are certainly there. Could get that power up, could get that quickness up. It would cost, but let's note him down. Fletcher Jr. would be fantastic. And then Richard Young even wouldn't be bad. Now, they're both from Florida. That part kind of stinks a little bit. And yeah, Richard Young would be basically very similar to Duke Watson. I think if you want a replacement for Duke Watson, you go Richard Young's way. Oops, I just typed Duke Watson. If you want a better Kentrell Bullock, you go Fletcher's way. Then either one's going to be good. Playing time, we could go for Xavier Mincy. We could rob a lot of these players here. Gabe Stock, dual threat quarterback. Playing time? 93 throw power? I mean, I don't know. Probably not. I'm not seeing a lot else that I'm interested in from them. Speedster playing style. No. Oh, Will linebacker playing style. Oh my gosh. Look at his speed and acceleration. Holy mackerel. Yeah, we'll take a look at this guy. Noah Carter can get faster. Now, the coverage isn't fantastic. That part sucks. But, I mean, I wouldn't mind him. Man, I'm dying over here. I should have taken a allergy pill. And then the last one we could get is Xavier Mincy, that junior. Hybrid player from Florida. And he could get better. I mean, this is a pretty good player right here. Has solid run support. We could move him to corner, honestly. I'm not opposed to that. We'll put him down, just as an option. And we're going to see who all is interested in us as well. But kind of just a guessing game right now of who might be available. And I'm only looking at Alabama. I'll only ever do this for Alabama players because I think it's a little cheaty. You can see everybody in the game and get an idea of them before you go to transfer portal time. Blake Woodsby pro potential now. We're not going to have this for him. Oh, man. Oh, that's a freshman. That's salivating worthy. So he comes in as a sophomore. Has max quickness already. You can get those coverage skills up, and then you have almost a perfect player. I mean, I gotta try for him if he's available or if he's interested. I've got to try. Sam pro potential. Don't think that's gonna be in the cards. Playing style, defensive tackle, pure power. Now this could be good. Jordan Crawford. Let's see, his cap's really good. Another safety. Anquan Fagans. Good speed. So let's look at Fagans, the last one. And no, it doesn't have good caps, so we'll pass on Fagans. Alright, I think that's pretty solid. We've got 6-7 players we can look at from other schools. I don't have any coach things to do, I don't think. Again, let me check. There's recruiting, but none of my recruiting stuff. I've already got the transfers being more interested ones. Oh, yeah, I'm going to have to turn on running back scouting, I think. I think I have to put a point into this now because it's just become an unknown for me. And let me save at this stage. Alright. We're moving on. Now, who do we keep? We kept Randy Noble. Delete him. We kept Dallas Young. I think we kept Condre Stitzer. Is that right? Oh, let me change the song. Guess we've been listening to this one for a while. I've got some different royalty-free music today, so if you like it, let me know. It's a little slow. Actually, if you don't like it, let me know too. This was all Mallory's music, so go after her if it's no good, is what I'd say. The roster. Did I lose Stitzer? I think I did. Yeah, I lost Stitzer. Okay. Of course, we do have Caleb Punga coming back as well, and he's a star dev, so he'll be playing this year as well. Something to keep in mind. We kept Deontay Waller, so we'll delete him from my database. And then Caleb Dozier. Did we keep him? He's the last one I'm kind of don't remember on. No. Man, I'm really drowning here. Draft results. Let's see. Duke Watson went in round 5. Blaine Myrick also got drafted. Wow. So 2 draft picks for Atari. Now, that doesn't help him with his coaching because I believe... Is it talent developer? Yeah, you need 2 players drafted in the first round. So we haven't had that happen yet. That's going to be tough. Let's take a look at the transfer portal. So first of all, these are all the players that are for sure coming in. We have 13 spots available. And I think we've locked up most of these players. So let's see who we haven't locked up yet. We have this 4-star coming in. I'm not even going to put any points into him. I don't think. I'm going to keep an eye on this first one on Ohio State, but otherwise I'm going to sit on him. And then we have quarterback coming in, running back. I don't need to touch any of these guys. This is the first guy that's going to have some competition. This guy has no competition. There's competition for several players, but I'm not going to put points into them just yet because I want to see what I can get in the transfer portal. And it's not recommending me any 3-stars. That's not great. We do have Gideon Davidson interested. Freshman transfer, so he'd be a sophomore. Playing styles is number 1. Now, remember, just because we get the player doesn't mean, oh, he played for Clemson. Did we watch him last year? Did we watch him in that game, Gideon Davidson? I don't remember. Number 3 player in the class, though. I mean, I have to target him, don't I? And then Mark Fletcher playing time. Again, Fletcher would be a 1-year deal. He'd be really good, but do I want to do another 1 year? I'd start my series off with 3 1-year running backs. Who was the other one I was interested in? It was Richard Young. And where is Richard Young? Not interested in us because his deal breaker is playing time, and he currently doesn't think he'd be starting on this team, which is just interesting. Oh, because we put Gideon Davidson on the board. Okay. So let's do this first. Let's scout Gideon Davidson. I mean, abilities, you can see he's got a lot already. Shifty's already to a gold. 95 speed, 95 acceleration, 93 change of direction. The jukes and spin are there. This is truly a probably lesser Duke Watson, actually. But he's a freshman, so I'm more inclined to give him an offer anyway than Richard Young. And I'm going to send the house on him. We are a top 3 pipeline for him as well, so I don't think that's necessarily out of the cards. And I'm also going to add Mark Fletcher, because if I can bring both those guys in... Amani Alaka. Oh, I'm in the prospect list. Goofy. Yeah, if we can bring in the top 2 running backs in the class, that would be crazy. I don't even know who I'd start in that case. Again, Mark Fletcher, we've looked at him. We know his stuff, so we're going to offer him and send the house. We'll kind of get an idea after this first period if we have a chance. He should be an option for us. I don't know. We have a Virginia pipeline, interestingly enough. We're top 3 for a Virginia pipeline. So that's kind of cool. Let's go to cornerback, because I had Willie Goodwin on the board. Willie Goodwin, who was from Troy, I believe. Why am I not seeing their previous team? Oh, I keep going to the prospect list. I saw Troy there. I saw him recommended. Willie Goodwin has... No, that's Kobe Blackwell, who we did not put on the board because he wasn't very good. Willie Goodwin has us on the board as his second option after Georgia. I'm going to add him and offer him, I think. Playing time. Why are we locked out by this guy? Oh, he's already in his top 8. I see. Championship contender for these guys. Championship contender for this guy. Boundary. There's a lot of options. I have Blake Woodby on the board. Is he an option? No. He had pro potential, which we do not meet, and he's in his top 8 anyway. That's unfortunate, so I'll take Blake Woodby off the list. I wouldn't mind bringing back... We had Deuce Vance. Is he interested in coming back? No, he is not. We do not meet his deal breaker. He is gone for brand exposure. So interesting there. Let's real quick. I want to offer Quandre Stitzer if my other free safety option, Xavier Mosby, Mincy Mosby, whoever it is, Mincy is not available. He is, and he does have playing time #1. Now that would be a 1-year deal. Quandre Stitzer has playing style, or that's Colin Gill. And I am just all out of sorts. Let's add both of these guys. I know I want Mincy, but I want to see just real quick if Gill is interesting. .88 speed, 90 acceleration. The coverages aren't necessarily there. Catching, tackling. He's a box specialist, so maybe we could play him in the 4-2-5, which I would like to run more of this season. If those coverages were better, we definitely could. Whereas Mincy, I know is going to be better. I'm going to go ahead and offer Mincy. I think I'm going to remove Gill. I would like to bring back Quandre Stitzer, though. Could also look to bring in this guy. This is Daniel Dimbry. Stitzer's not coming back. Okay. Man, we are just striking out on all the players I wanted to bring back because they all have something I can't satisfy. Caleb Dozier at Mike linebacker. I mean, let's just check on him real quick. He could return. He's definitely someone I'd like to bring back. And then quarterback. We'll just take a last look here. Jared Hollins out of South Alabama. I think at this point we could find a lot better, honestly. I didn't even see him. There he is. No, that's Roy Woods. Where's Jared Hollins? I have no idea. That's fine. I'm not interested in bringing him back anyway. All right. Let's keep it going then. So, depth chart. What do we need to fill? Well, Quarterback. Is there anybody at quarterback interested in coming here? Not particularly. We have 3-star Danny O'Neal, pocket passer. I don't necessarily want a pocket passer, but if we could find someone better than Ryan Rivers, I wouldn't be against it. I just don't like the idea of Rivers with his awareness. Now we have backfield creators in Joshua Brantley and Brennan Ward, so I wouldn't mind scouting these two guys. They have playing time as A+, which is interesting to me. Willie Goodwin is definitely someone I'd like to bring in. Go ahead and offer him there. All right. Just scout him fully. It's too easy to do. So you can see the accuracy and throw power for Brantley is way worse. The awareness is low as well, but the awareness might have caps that can exceed Ryan Rivers. You only need 3 to beat Ryan Rivers out, and he's maxed, right? Throw on the run, under pressure. We don't get play action from this. The secondary attributes for Brennan Ward is worse than Brantley. But Brantley, man, this is tough. I mean, Rivers beats these guys in pure arm ability. If I go look at Rivers, we don't have another quarterback. We have one more quarterback on the roster, so we need to find someone anyway. I think we're bringing in some players though. Rivers, 6'6", that's kind of hard to beat. But that IQ is maxed out. He will never get better than 75 awareness. So, boy, I don't know. The accuracies are decent. They're pretty decent. The power is certainly there. Then the speed's not. I wouldn't mind bringing one of these guys in and having a bit of a QB battle. The issue I'm kind of running into is caps on time. I don't know which one I'd prefer to have. Well, I kind of do. I mean, awareness is higher. The throwing ability is higher outside of short. It's just the secondary traits, but I'm not as concerned with those. So I think we'll keep Brennan Ward. We'll get rid of Joshua Brantley. And then let's see if we can find another quarterback maybe. Jalen Bone for playing time. Dual threat. 4-star player. I doubt we could contend with that. Oh, Danny O'Neal. He'd be a junior out of Indiana. Has us #1, pocket passer. I mean, what? You know, there's a world in which he does fit some of what we want. Weston Ryan, champ contender out of Georgia. Could be more local. Let's add both these guys as well and just take a look at them. Now is the time to do it, right? And it's cheap to scout these guys. Okay, so he has pretty good accuracies. The awareness is up there too for Danny O'Neal. Now he's older. There's also a chance that one of these guys locks out the other. They both have A+. So 91 throw power, that compares nicely. Better short, but then worse medium and deep accuracy. Worse deep. And then throwing the runs a little better. Under pressure isn't better. Break sacks better. Speed and acceleration are the same. We have no reason to believe that this guy is better other than he has a better trait. But then Danny O'Neal has worse throw power, but better accuracies. His speed and acceleration are really high. For a pocket passer? Danny O'Neal. I think this is the guy I want to offer to. I mean, Ward wouldn't be bad by any means. And O'Neal's a sophomore, so we only get 2 years out of him as opposed to 3. But I just don't. I kind of want to remove both of these guys Definitely going to remove Weston Bryan. I'm mostly concerned about potentially the playing time deal breaker breaking up. What is this? Do is I think AJ might be trying to send me messages in chat here. This is a tough one. This is a tough one. I'm really torn on if I want to keep both of these guys. My only concern is what if playing time drops? You know? If after I sim a week, they're like, actually, I see you have 2 players scouted. I don't want to play there anymore. We got Trent Thomas back, so let me move that to this. I'd like to bring in a tight end. Physical route runner is not bad. Physical route runner from Texas, not bad. How about vertical threat, champ contender? Pro potential, pure blocker. How about this guy from Georgia? He has us 5th on his board. Marcus Helm. Looks like the speed could be decent. The run blocking's kind of already there. He's a freshman, so we'd have 3 years with him. And his thing is champ contender, so we'd have him for a little while at least. I'm interested in a player like this. We'll go ahead and offer him a scholarship. I need another tight end in any case. I don't have enough tight ends. I only have 1 tight end on roster, so I need multiple. I think I'm bringing in another pure blocker. Is that right? Yeah, I'm going to bring in another one. So we'll have 3 on roster. They'll both be pure blockers. I wouldn't mind one more long-term development guy here. Hollis Davidson from Georgia. He's a sophomore. 6'5". I don't necessarily want a vertical threat, but that might be the best option I have. Otherwise, we're looking at physical route runner out of Kentucky. Pure blocker. I don't want multiple pure blockers, but he does have playing style. That's kind of nice. I'd really like a physical route runner. Change the song again. This is brutal. This is really the dog days here because you just don't have enough points to spend. Another vertical threat's not bad. Just in case. Playing style. Pure blocker. Do I just go for another pure blocker? I don't want all pure blockers, but that might just be what I have to do. Add him to the board. We need a center. I pretty much just want the best possible option. Bison Lang is there with his goofy little helmet. I don't want him. We know about him. He's no good. Agile is not what I want. Freshman, no. Redshirt freshman. Anybody interested here? Tamode Vu? Well-rounded tackle? That wouldn't be bad. I certainly wouldn't mind another tackle. Really can't have too many. Could get a guard as well. Raw strength guard, Devin Harper. And I don't necessarily want to scout these guys because I don't know how much ability I'll have to scout them and maintain my points. So I'll go ahead and add those 2. I'll offer them. That would kind of shore up having. I actually need 2. Pass protector. I'm not looking for a pass protector inside. I've come to realize we're playing for the run game now, so that would be much more helpful. Agile, no. Agile, no. Agile, no. But freshman. Maybe. Well-rounded, no. Goodness gracious. I mean, maybe it wouldn't be bad to have an agile player here. He's probably going to be okay still. Let's add him. Do I have any other... What do I have for tackle? No. Guard. I've already got some players coming in, so that's something to consider. I actually probably don't need as many guys as I'm looking at. It's just, it wouldn't be bad to have yet another one. You really can't have too many. We're down to 2 spots, and we have some things to fill. So we're not ready to throw in the towel just yet. Corner. We can get some of these champ contender guys. Bump and run. Field. This is pretty rough. This is pretty rough. I probably need another solid Mike linebacker to kind of patrol the middle of the field. I mean, how about a signal caller freshman from Ohio State? If he came from Ohio State, he's got to be pretty good, right? I think we could look to do that. Mississippi, Alabama playing style? Could we look to try to take Jordan Crawford, pure power, to be our nose tackle? Talk about a replacement for Ansel Dinenba. I think so. I think we go hard on these two. I'm not even going to scout them. You know, if you're coming from these programs, you're probably decent. You're probably better than what else we'd have. I'm kind of going to look to just see if I can get 25 out of these guys. See if I can make that work. Because we're running low on points now. And like, oh, I didn't mean to offer him a scholarship. I think I'm going to remove Brennan Ward. I'm going to go fully after Danny O'Neal. We've got other quarterbacks coming in too, so I'm not too concerned with it. And I think with the strength he has, I would like to go hard after Marcus Helm. Don't necessarily have the points to do it. I don't have Danny O'Neal points either, so this is kind of getting a little contentious. Yeah, I figured that was my daughter commenting. I think we're just gonna lose out on Ian Slaughter. Signal caller Sam. That's not a big deal. Gosh, how do I not have more points? We've got to go hard after these two. I think the cornerback's worth going hard after. I could be wasting points on some of these guys, but I've got to try. Jordan Crawford and Andy McGlynn, I think I have to go really hard for. I think this is where I can lay off a little bit. I'm going to go down in points. I'm just going to go to 10 on both of these guys. So I've got to put 50 into Danny O'Neal. And that leaves me one spot to search for. Gosh, we still need so much. We really do. Could use a new edge. Could use... We're looking at nose tackle. That's fine. We definitely could use a star edge rusher. How about this guy from Georgia? Pure power. That's not my ideal, but I mean, a 4-star player. I gotta try. I gotta try. We're gonna go for him. So we'll go ahead and offer him the scholarship. Now, what can we do? I think we take points out of the areas that we don't have need for. like Marcus Helm and Jay Beasley. That'll give us 65. We'll put a full 50 into him. He'd be a 1-year rental, so that's something to consider, but I think that's worth it still. And then we'll put 10 back into Marcus Helm. I really do like him. Maybe we put 15. Do we just simulate this first period and then reevaluate? Because we've got to put 50 points into these guys. It's just a question of, we can't really fill out our depth chart the way we want to. I've got other players, so like one thing we're looking at, free safety. We've got players coming in for that. Let's see. Yeah, we've got some players coming in. We're trying to scout one, so that's not going to be too bad. Cornerback, we've got players coming in. We've got returning players. I think we're good at cornerback. I just would like a solid number 1 guy. Linebacker. Linebacker is kind of a tough one. We've got some coming in, but we don't have anybody great. And then defensive tackle is where we're looking at the 4-star, so we'll try our best to bring him in. It's going to be tough. I don't know if we can. Edge, we've got Markel Vincent, so he's going to start. Expect Markel Vincent to start as a 4-star. I just don't see that not happening. We've got potentially our future guards as well. I'm not too concerned about guard. Tight end, we are looking to try to bring in 3 if we can. We have no wide receivers, so that kind of stinks a little bit. We're a little thin there. And then running back, we've got our 4-star coming in, Amani Olaka. If we can bring in one or both, but ideally at least one of these guys to be the guy and then spell him with Olaka as our running back 2, I think we're set there. And then at quarterback, we look to bring in 2 where we already have 2. At least as depth. So I think this is a good start. I think we go ahead and full send on this. See where the chips fall. I'm nervous because there's a lot of players we're going to be trying to fight tough schools for, and I don't know that we're going to win those battles. I might be getting a little greedy. Okay. So we have week 2 already. Let's just quickly check on all these players. So we're the only team offered for James Pratt. Perfect. Not going to worry about him. We are now the only team offered for all the high school recruits, including Ian Slaughter. So we could even put some points into him. And I'm just going to do 5 into him because I think that'll be enough to lock him down. In fact, if I'm the highest offer, I think I'm set there. So I'm not even going to put any points into him. Yeah, so all the high school recruits got pulled out for. We are number 1 for Gideon Davidson. Oh, we jumped into the top 6 for Mark Fletcher. So we went from no interest in him to 6th. Man, oh man. Okay, first of all, playing style. We already know his top 3. We might be able to lock him up. Holy mackerel. And this is a freshman coming. Now, remember, I was excited for Duke Watson because we'd see him for 3 years. We didn't see him for 2 years. We didn't see him for 2. We saw him for 1 because he was so good that he got drafted immediately. But Gideon Davidson, I think, should be a sure thing to come to us. And I can go ahead and schedule his visit, and I will. And I will give him a playing time visit. You will be the number 1 guy. Let's give him 10 points there as well. Full 50 with a hard sell with A+, B- is pretty darn solid. That might be the best hard sell I've ever had. I think I have to stay in the race for Mark Fletcher just as my backup option. Again, kind of think Kenyon Clay, but this would be Kenyon Clay on steroids. Willie Goodwin, we're number 1 for him. And we're in his top 5. Can we go ahead and soft sell him? Championship contender. That's all we know, though. So I don't think we could. That could be 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we don't know anything about him. I'm just going to put 25 into him because he got backed off, or he didn't get an offer. So we'll kind of keep an eye on him. Xavier Mincy. We jumped into the top 3, 4, but that's going to be difficult. I think Danny O'Neal as well. We can go ahead and drop down on him to 25. Fingers crossed for Gideon. Yeah, absolutely. Gideon, again, it might just end up being a one-year thing just because of the fact that let me move all the 4 stars up top. Man, I can't. There's a lot going on. I'm trying to think and react at the same time. If he's good, if he's too good, he's gone. So it's kind of a bit of a tricky one where we're getting a guy that should stay here the rest of his career, which would be 3 whole seasons. We get 3 years out of him. We don't know if he'll actually end up doing that, is the thing. Jordan Crawford's going to be a tough one. I'd really like to bring in Jordan Crawford, but that's going to be difficult. Hey, buddy. Yeah, come on. Darren Reed. We're number 1 for. I have to try. I have to try. I could scout these guys too, just to see. But let's keep those as they are for now. Let's look at the other position groups. Kind of based on need. Danny O'Neal, we know about him. We've got 25 points going to him. Do we know what he wants? Playing time. And he has brand exposure. Please don't bite my cable. Please don't do that. Playing time. Dude, stop. Bite it again, see what happens. I should bite it again. Don't make me go Hassan on you. Okay, we have Star Search. Brand exposure, playing time. Brand exposure, playing time. The shot collar. I don't know what the delay. There's not much of one, but I don't know if you said that before I said it, but if not, cute. So we have 2 options for Danny O'Neal. I'd like to go ahead and lock up what it is, just in case. I know that he's got nobody else offering him, but we can do 2 soft sells. So this is 40 points. One of these will be wrong, right? So we only can get, you have to get all 3. One of these is going to be wrong, but one of them is going to be right. We're guaranteed to get one of them right, and that's going to end up being a net positive on his influence. It'll also let us immediately know next week what his top 3 are, just in case if nobody's offered him still. We pull the points and we move on. We're good. Here, it's champ contender. We don't know on him, so we're going to leave it as is. I am going to put 10 points into him, though, on top of that. We'll do 35. Mincy, I would love to bring in. Mincy, I don't know about, though. The tight ends, nobody's offering them. No shocker there. I kind of figured tight end would be an uncontested look for us. The tackle, nobody's offering to Timotei Vu. Kind of curious, is he good or bad? That looks pretty good. That looks pretty darn good. I'm going to offer him an extra 10 just to be on the safe side. The guard here, raw strength guard. I think he'd be pretty good too. I mean, I think I'm going to go hard after Devin Harper. How about this center, this agile center? We don't get to find out the strength. There's a chance he's pretty solid. I don't love running a lot of pull concepts, though. Most of my runs are straight blocks. Or man concepts. And then Andy McGlynn, we're number 1 for him. And we're not in his top 8 yet, though. So I'm going to sit on him as is. We have some points available. So the question now is, do I just try to lock up the guys I have committed or coming in top 5? But we only have 1 offer. Man, oh man, this is really tough. This I'm not gonna say it could make or break us because we're gonna be good next year no matter what at this point. But this could really change. This could change if we're playoff bound again, or more just kind of hanging in there. Do I like this guy? Thumper Sam linebacker has mental abilities. That's a good sign. Good speed and acceleration. The coverage isn't there man coverage wise, but I think this is a pretty good player. Yeah, I'd like to hang on to him. Signal caller with potentially really good zone. Schlesinger. Power rusher athlete. Signal caller. I'm just trying to think, can I get someone somewhere else? Like what do I need still on this team? Probably good linebackers. Wouldn't be bad. Cornerback is still thin. Like if we look at our cornerback class we have coming in, assuming we get all these guys, we have 3 guaranteed coming in, maybe a 4th. We have 2 coming back for sure. So that's 6 corners. I think it's safe to say we're good at cornerback if we bring in Willie Goodwin as well, which we're projected to. Safety, we'll have players at safety. I don't know if any of them will be as good as Wesley Miller, but we'll have players there. And then, I mean, we bring in 4 outside linebackers, 2 Mike linebackers. 1 would be really, really good, I think, if we can bring him in. Schlesinger's a JUCO sophomore. I think this is the guy I move on from, quite honestly. The speed and acceleration could be there. Okay. I think we could hang on to him. I really need to free up a spot. I think it's ridiculous that high school, there's a cap on high school recruits and transfers. They should have their own separate caps, in my opinion. Like, if I can lose 20 players in the transfer portal, I should be able to recruit 20 players in the transfer portal no matter what. Doesn't matter if I've already recruited 35 high school players. That should definitely be how it is, in my opinion. Yeah, what do I get rid of here? Because I think we got to make a move somewhere else. We could use, at this point, probably another tackle, defensive tackle. Maybe another edge rusher. Like, edge is fairly thin. Yeah. I'd say we look for another edge rusher if we can. Well, I don't know. We don't need the depth. No, I think we're good there. I think it's defensive tackle that we could really use. If we can bring in Jordan Crawford. If we can't bring in Jordan Crawford, we definitely need defensive tackle. We've got a few good options. I think I want to get rid of Michael McDonough. It's a battle I'd have to win. I don't think I'm going to. And even if I could, I'm really not that interested in him. All right, who do we have here? Who's the best available? Texas Pure Power. Pure Power Jamarcus Moye? No offers? Let's check him out. Do I have any athletes? I do. I have... Oh, I can't see. We hit a bug. Couldn't move. DeMarcus Moye. 1-year guy. Let's just recruit him fully. Or scout him fully. Strength's really high. Block shedding less so. Power moves are pretty high. Hit power is decent. He would really be mostly a depth piece, but I think that we still offer him. And we'll full send. And I think we're set. Let's go ahead and move on to the next week. So let's go to week 3. I hope I didn't mess up not giving anybody any visits. And I think they fixed the same week visit bug. If not, I might have screwed up. Mark Fletcher has locked us out. Really? Okay. That's okay. Alright, we are still number 1 for all of the high school recruits. And then the one we're not number 1 for, no big deal. So we got locked out by Mark Fletcher. That's fine. We are still first for Gideon Davidson. I don't know if that ended up doing anything. I don't know that anybody else is going to send a visit, though. So I think we're going to get Gideon Davidson. I think that's a surefire thing. Jordan Crawford, it's going to be close. And then Darren Reed, really fighting hard for him. Let's go ahead and hard sell him. Playing style, this could be tricky. Campus lifestyle and playing style. There's one. There's one. It is, which one was it? This one. Campus personality. So we're going to hard sell him there. Going to give him +10. And then we're going to schedule him for the bye week. Actually, no. So no team has him scheduled. So we can rob a team in week 4, I think. Is kind of my plan. So we're going to do that. The QB we're still number 1 for. And it was prime time player. So we're going to get rid of this one. Don't need to even look into him, though, for anything else. That leaves Jordan Crawford. We can try. We can do our dangdest here. Playing style. Man, I just don't think there's any chance. It's going to be playing style and playing time, but there's 1, 2, 3. It could be 3. And there's really no good way to know, is the thing. Good news is Jamarcus Moye is probably going to come. Andy McGlynn now has some competition. Or no, we've had competition. Champ contender. Could be 1, could be 2, could be 3. You know what? Let's just keep hard selling him. Or send the house on him. I'm not gonna send him a visit. I don't think we need to. Devin Harper. Things are getting a little hairy for him. Champ contender. Champ contender brand exposure. Look at our brand exposure. It's at the C- level. We have some brand. All right, that's 1, 2. So it could be primetime player. Let's soft sell him twice. Let's do the same thing again. Primetime player. And then let's do another soft sell on house call. That way we're set either way. Timode Vu is all but coming here. We soft sell him. Playing style. Could be 1. Could be 1. Perfect. We'll free up some hours. The tight ends, it looks like, are coming. So that's good. Okay, that leaves Xavier Mincy, who we're in the top 5 for. Playing time is his deal breaker, and we don't know anything else. I would assume playing style is also going to be in there. There's 1 it could be. There's 2. There's 3. 4. Yeah, I just don't see this one happening. I'm going to do a week 3 visit for playing time. Willie Goodwin, we're the sole winner of currently. Champ contender. I think we can go ahead and soft sell him as well. one. Which one was it? This one? Yeah. That should still be worthy of a soft sell. Okay. So that gives us some points. We've already done the visit for Darren Reed. I think we have to do the visit now for Jordan Crawford. We know playing style is number one for him. So we can go ahead and have him attend to practice. I think we still send the house. I don't think I have an option. I think I have to send the house on him. We have one more target. I'm going to add one more defensive tackle, I think, to the board. I think we've all but locked up every other visit. Oh, Mincy. We didn't do Mincy. We have a visit scheduled. Playing time is his number one, but we don't know what else it is. So I'm going to go ahead and just do send the house on him as well. Right. It can only be 1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah. It's in the house. And then we can get one more player. Who does it say we need still? It says we need several positions, but I think, again, I'm still looking at defensive tackle most of all. We have this freshman, pure power, champ contender. And he is from Mississippi. That's an option. Who has no offers? This guy has no offers. From Mississippi, yeah, we lost that pipeline. So that's a bit unfortunate. That definitely hurts. Strength 87, block shedding 85. Wow, that's something to start off from. Power moves 82. Yeah. I think we're going all in on this one. Okay. I know we have 70 hours left over. So I guess I'll try to bring in Ian Slaughter as well. Might as well. I don't need to do 50. I can do 15. And then who's ready for a visit? Just to make sure I cross my T's and dot my I's here. O'Neal, it might not be a bad idea to go ahead and try to bring him in, but if there's nobody else contested for him, I'm not that concerned about it. We could try to bring in Devin Harper. We might as well. We have the points. Andy McGlynn. Camp contender. Champ contender here as well. Okay. Let's send it again. And then we go to our final week. The goal is also to bring in players that stay. So we bring in Gideon Davidson. Boom. There is your Duke Watson replacement. We do not get another power back, but that's okay. We have Amani Alaka as our 4-star coming in. So that's your 1-2. Winston Malone's also back. I'm not sure if he has a spot in the starting 2. So that's really, really good. That's huge. That's program changing for sure. Just double check all the high school recruits real quick. I don't think they even get it targeted if they're not in the tops already. I actually think we have to put more points in this Ian Slaughter just to be on the safe side. All right, there we go. Now we don't have to worry about it. We're number 1 for... No, we're top 3 for Jordan Crawford. Okay, and to win this week, we have to have a hard sell. And I don't think we're going to have one. We have one available, but is it even worth selling? So which one is it? It would be this one. Team player. B, A+, D+. I love a team player. I do like that. But let's see if the hard sell calculator says it's even worth doing. That is A+, B, D+. Hard sell. Okay. So we have a chance. We're going to hard sell him. We're going to put 10 points into him. We know we're going to get more points than we got last week. Will that outpace the other 2 teams? I don't know. We don't have his pipeline, so that kind of hurts as well. Virginia Tech got the week 4 visit, so we locked up. There's no visits they can do. Virginia Tech's out of the game, and they stole week 4. Good job, Virginia Tech. Might have to play them to honor them this season. We jumped up into first. Oh, we've been first for Darren Reed. This one's going to be close. There's really not much we can do. We either win them or we don't. We locked up week 4, though, so it was a good idea to lock up week 4. Now they can't get a visit from him. And then Danny O'Neal is coming here. I'm going to leave the points in him just in case. Playing time went down to an F for Xavier Mincy. Why? Why did playing time go down to an F? What? Why did you suddenly decide that we've been having this guy, we've been having this guy? Why are you now saying that your playing time is an F? Do I even need you? Well, I can't scout him because he's locked out. I actually can't. It doesn't matter, I don't think, what I do. Maybe if I remove a player, I can get him. I might try that with my rookie, my freshman, just to see. Kenny Otis. Otis, yeah, he's coming. Jamarcus Moye is coming. All but guaranteed. I'll just leave 50 on him. 50 on him's fine. I've got the points, and I have all the... I really don't have anywhere else to spin them. Devin Harper should be coming. I'm going to add 10 points to him. And we find out it is primetime player is his motivation. So that's why we did the 2 soft sells. Timode Vu's coming. The 2 tight ends are locked up. They're guaranteed. It's Xavier Mincy now. That's the real question. Same with Willie Goodwin. We're bringing him in for sure. Why did he suddenly decide he's not going to play? I don't get that. I wonder if I get rid of my safety, if I can reset that a little bit. We're bringing in Cole Matlock. I can't scout him either. Oh, a gem. Xavier Mincy, I hate to tell you, you're gone. If you don't want to come here, we got a gem. I'm not concerned about it at all now. All right, free safety. Can we get anybody else? No offers for 3-star from Alabama, Anquan Fagans. And I believe I had him on my notepad? No? Was he good? The name sounds familiar. The name sounds familiar. Did I look into Fagans? I might have to look back at my stream. I don't remember. Colin Gill. Colin Gill also sounds familiar. For some reason. Let's scout him. Yeah, I just need to sit here on this. We did scout him. Okay, we already scouted Colin Gill. 88 speed, 90 acceleration. It depends on the caps. I mean, he's in his junior year, so he's going to be a one-year guy. The awareness is okay. We don't get play rec from this page. I don't know what his caps are. That's like the big thing. Like, he could end up not being that good. If we can improve him, if he's like impact, and, you know, that's a good player potentially. I'd like to find someone a more sure thing day one, though. I never even looked at strong safety. We might have been able to get some of these guys. This guy's in his top 3. Never mind. Tennessee's got him. Box specialist out of Iowa. We could also get a free safety to play kind of that. We could get a corner, I mean, to play that free safety role. Anquan Fagans. Now, if I'm the only one that offers him, then I get him for sure. 90 speed, 90 acceleration, 81 zone, 87 agility. This guy seems to be pretty solid. Why does he sound so familiar? I'm gonna go back here. I can rewatch. Okay, bear with me. Mincy was the guy we tried getting. Was it Auburn? Vagans. Yeah, he was on Auburn. And Jordan Crawford was from Auburn. That's right. Sorry, this is not riveting content, I'm sure. I'm just trying to see, when did I click into him? Why did I not look at Fagans? There we go. Fagans had bad skill caps. That's what it was. Yeah, Fagans is no good. Glad I did that, because I would have definitely gone for him. Louisiana. Who is the highest profile guy here other than Fagans? Pitt? Colin Gill. Keep looking at him. Jamari Riddle. Coverage specialist. Specialist. Okay. Okay. Let's take a look at him. 1-year rental. Not super fast, pretty good zone. Awareness is up there already. I don't know the skill caps on him. I am not super inclined to go after that guy, though. Any corners? This field corner from out of UCF, Raheem Stroud. Field would be interesting. Field would be very interesting, and I don't mind backfilling my safety position from corner. They might take a hit for a position swap, but let's try it. 91 speed, 93 excel. The coverages aren't too bad. 90 agility, 92 change of direction. I think this is where I'm going to go with it. This is where I'm going to send my money, my NIL hours. Okay, I think we're all set. Let me look at the ready for visit just to be sure. Okay, O'Neal. Goodwin. I'm playing with fire a little bit on some of these guys, but I think that's probably fine. Jamarcus Moye, I'd like to go ahead and lock him up as well. My guess would be playing style. We only know, yeah, playing style. That's what I thought. All right. I know we've got 60 hours. Man, if I miss some of these guys, then sue me. I'm not going to spend the time looking or, you know, putting more points into guys. We're already an hour and a half in. So let's just go ahead and sim. You don't want too many good players anyway, right? Darren Reed Jr., the incoming senior from Georgia. 4-star player. We get him. That's pretty big news. Devin Harper, right guard from Louisiana. That's going to help out for sure. We have a lot of good line depth in the future. Mike linebacker Andy McLean comes in. Can he replace Blaine Myrick's role? Probably not. Defensive tackle Jamarcus Moye comes in. Right guard James Pratt. That's pretty big. Quarterback Lionel Vaughns. Okay. Eric Curtin, running back. He's not going to see the field for a long time. Kevin Ty. We get Mobile, Alabama local. And then defensive tackle Cam Westbrooks from Florence. Alani Kalawaya. Alani Kalawaya. In the beginning. Rick Hooks from Mississippi. Tyler Cormier. Glenn Cole, edge rusher. There's so many players here. I don't even remember who half of these are. Ricky Schlesinger. Love that one. Schlesinger. Tremaine Suggs. Ian Slaughter. So we did get him. DeAndre Uzama. Marcus Helm, the tight end. The first tight end domino falls to Motevu. Danny O'Neal, our potentially new quarterback one. We don't know that for certain. Willie Goodwin comes in. I believe he was from Alabama or Auburn. I can't remember. Jay Beasley, the tight end. We bring in another tight end. Kevin Otis comes in. There's a name I'm not seeing yet. Rakeem Stroud, and I didn't see it, and that's going to hurt my heart. Yeah. How are you even in here? I just realized. Jordan Crawford did not sign on. Hi, buddy. Do you want out of here? Might have to let you out. Darn it, man. We fell to third. Wow, that hurts a lot. Because he would have stayed probably until he drafted. And yeah, he was a really good player. 4-star. So we finished with 34 incoming players. And some really, really good ones. And now we get to the fun part, which is changing their positions. Let me let the kid out of here first. I don't need to look at my Excel spreadsheet anymore. Turn back on the webcam. Let me know if the webcam is blocking anything. I don't think it is. Yeah. So here's our roster. We have 3 quarterbacks on roster. No, we have 4. One's an athlete, though. So Lionel Vaughns comes in. Could he play anything else? He could play nothing else. Okay. We have 4 quarterbacks on roster. Glenn Cole, power rusher. And yeah, he pretty much fits as an edge only. He does have defensive tackle ability. Pure power. I have to think on him. YouTuber abandons cat live on camera. That's absolutely right. Danny O'Neal, 78 overall. With impact development, too. And I just don't see Rivers catching up to Danny O'Neal. Like, I think Danny O'Neal outpaced Rivers. Lionel Vaughns comes in as a 75 overall. Wow, that's a lot better than I was expecting. That's a pretty solid player. And I think he was a 2-star recruit. Gideon Davidson comes in as an 88. So, I mean, highly likely we can't retain Gideon Davidson either after this year because he's already so high. Amani, I can't say these names. Amani Alaka comes in as a 76 overall. Normal dev for a 4-star. That's brutal. 83 speed. That's also brutal. Oh, man. He's slow. He's our power guy, though. For sure. Oofda. Not as bad as 80 speed. This is terrible. You have no future. Play fullback. And I mean, yeah, I'd probably rather you play fullback. Sorry, that's just 80 speed's too low. That's not going to cut it. We did not bring in a single wide receiver. That part kind of stinks a little bit. I think it's going to be okay, though. And then tight end, Marcus Helm come in with 74. Wow, they're all really slow players. Really, really slow. That hurts as well. I think we kind of choked a little bit on the tight end front. Now we do get good blockers. They are all really good blockers. Any of them have impact dev? No. Okay. And then Stanton Ramel, of course, we brought Trufant, raw strength, 6'6", well-rounded, and then agile. I think I want these two guys to be right tackle. No, Benji Fowler can stay. He can stay. Both our quarterbacks are right-handed, right? Yeah. Unfortunately for Ryan Rivers, there's a good chance he would want to leave after this year. Feel bad for him. At guard, we have Howerton coming back. Pretty excited about him. We brought in Oscar Aguilera. He is normal development. We did not bring in a center. That's fine. Ish. We bring in Devin Harper to be our starting guard. We also have James Pratt. Now, Pratt is a pass protector. What's his strength? We don't know. He has star development, so we definitely want him to play year 1. I think Pratt has to play. And at center, he would be a pass protector, still 73 overall. I kind of want him to stay at right guard and move Harper to center. Yeah, because Harper's got better strength. I think this is my only option. It's not ideal, but we have we have a lot of high strength guys here. We could definitely start developing Oscar Aguilera as the next center, but we also have PJ Pryor, so I'm probably going to leave them as they are. Braden Ramey. Who else do we bring in? Rick Hooks. Not very good. Timote Vu, well-rounded. Let's move him to left tackle. I don't see Timote Vu. He goes to raw strength at left tackle. Really? Okay. Interesting. Well-rounded right tackle Jalen Booker. Raw strength. Why? Why does he change to raw strength? I guess because their strengths are too high. 6'6". Yeah, everybody's 6'6". Okay. We could move this guy to guard. Have a really big, tall guard. I'm not opposed to that. Let me change the music. Edge. I like to have my speed rushers be my left guys. We have 2 impact players coming in. Markel Vincent is only impact, 74 overall impact player. That's a bit underwhelming. I was hoping to hit a little harder on him. Darren Reed is star. That's great. Pure power, edge setter, pure power, power rusher, pure power. Good with all those. Our athlete guy is also power rusher, so we're going to have him also be right edge. Parker Shutuck. Ian Slaughter impact. That's kind of nice. Annie McGlynn comes in 79 overall. Elite development though as a sophomore. Oh, my first ever elite player in this game. Oh, buddy. Yeah, he's gonna play. Wow. Was not anticipating that. Signal caller. Do we have any lurkers here? No, I really would like a lurker. Thumper. He would stay Thumper. I like my Thumpers being at Sam. Oh, we can't move him. For some reason. Cormier, we also can't move him. Is it because we don't have enough players at that position? I guess. Signal caller Ian Slaughter. Would still be a signal caller at Mike linebacker, so I'm gonna move him there. Parker Shutuck, signal caller. Would be a lurker. Doesn't have the speed for it though. But we'll move him there. It doesn't matter too much. Now Bryce Ford can go to Sam. Okay. That's pretty big. Now, unfortunately, our linebacking core kind of sucks otherwise. And then at corner, Raheem Stroud is a 75 overall impact player. We've got 3 impact players and Cole Punga. All pretty good stuff here. And then safety. Yeah, we didn't bring in anybody that is good here. So we've got to move somebody to free safety, I think. Anybody with team player? Punga has team player, but Punga's a star. I do not want to mess with him at all. Dallas Young boundary. I did bring in Raheem Stroud for the purpose of being... He could play nickel. Who's got bad press? Like, who is not ready to be a press cornerback? DeAndre Uzama. I think he would be interesting at free safety. But I'm going to hang on to him where he's at. We can always play these guys there too. I guess who's got the best pursuit? Yeah, Raheem Stroud. Not the best block shedding. So I think I want it to be Dallas Young and Cole Punga, with one of these guys as the... Probably Willie Goodwin as the slot. Or maybe Dallas Young is the slot, actually, with that block shedding and pursuit. So I think I want Raheem Stroud. What's the tackling? Last thing here. Tackling would be best for Dallas Young. So yeah, that's kind of where I want things. I want Raheem Stroud to play safety over the top. He's a hybrid safety. What's his awareness going into the 70? If we move him to safety, does he lose awareness? That's really the big question I have. And no, he does not. So I think we didn't lose anything for that. I think that's the right call. Everything else I feel pretty solid about. Do we have any box specialists? We do. Not very heavy, but let's move Caleb Jackson to strong safety. No, he'd become a coverage specialist. Sure, why not? Alright, I think we're good on position changes. I don't think there's anything else to make. Well, I say that. We could move somebody like Alexander Newsom somewhere. I mean, with that speed, he could play quarterback. He'd be a pure runner, but it'd be interesting. It'd be an interesting experiment. I mean, wouldn't it? He's a freshman. And what's his thing? Playing style, I believe. So we would be at risk of losing him next year because we don't really... I guess pure runner probably is running the ball with quarterbacks, which we're not going to do a lot of. Okay. I think I'll stay where I'm at on everything. Let's go ahead and lock this in. Oh, one more thing. I want to check some of our transfers to other places. Jared Hollins at quarterback. Would have been from Alabama, I believe. And he goes to nowhere. Jared Hollins does not sign. Jared Hollins might come back because of that. That would be pretty awesome. I guess Caleb Dozier, Mike linebacker. Kind of just curious. Nehemiah Chandler as well. Vance goes to Houston. That hurts. Kobe Blackwell doesn't go anywhere. We got Willie Goodwin. Willie Goodwin was from South Alabama. That's right. We stole one of their players. That's going to be pretty fun. Nehemiah Chandler goes to Virginia. And then at Mike linebacker, Caleb Dozier goes to Middle Tennessee State. Okay. At least now I'm all set on these guys. Let's go to training. This is kind of the last thing we'll do. I am going to be moving conferences this year. I'm pretty convinced. I haven't 100% decided that, but that will be part of the offseason recap because I'm not going to be able to do everything in this offseason. Jake Godfrey upgraded to Impact. Yay, he was only normal, so that helps. Anybody else? No. All right, here we go. This is the real one. Ryan Rivers. We can get his accuracy up. We only have 23 points to spend with him. That play action is pretty nice. That's hard to look past. But we could only get his accuracy up twice, I think. Or 3 times? And it would be solid then, but not great. We could get his play action up 2 times. Or throw in on anticipation. I'm not convinced on him. And they have, I think, nerfed the player progression quite a bit. So we have impact player Danny O'Neal we brought in. He's younger. That IQ is already higher. Now that play action's not super high. That's something I would like to get better. The throw power is also not necessarily there. But physically, throwing with anticipation, we can boost his play action trick plays. And then he doesn't have any mentals. I kind of want to get the IQ up. Accuracy up twice. IQ again. We have 17 points to play with. Now that play action's in a decent spot, we can get the awareness up even higher. And accuracy boost climbing a clean pocket. Accuracy when throwing with anticipation. I think that would be pretty nice to get, right? The quickness is already... He's pretty fast. And we could bump him up again. I'm not going to, but we could. Break sack could be higher. I mean, his accuracies aren't bad. It's the deep accuracy that's not good. That one might still be kind of tough to compare. I think I'd like to get this up. Accuracy boost when climbing the pocket. Let's max it out. 90 awareness, 87 play action. So he basically meets kind of Ryan Rivers' play action ability, but the awareness is so much higher. And now we can boost trick plays. And we can get that a lot higher than we could for Ryan Rivers as well. I think you're going to see Danny O'Neal be our quarterback. But let's just check on Ryan Rivers. Let's see if we can get him up. Physicals, we can improve his throwing with anticipation and his boost for play action. I'm going to go with that. So that's higher. We have 16 points. Can put one. The deep's going to be better. The deep's going to be better. And there's not a lot to say about that. It's just how it is. Let's get that up one more. Deep's a lot better. Not a lot. A decent amount better. Improve accuracy when with throwing with anticipation. Let's get that up as well. It's kind of hard to say which one's necessarily better. I mean, speed, edge, Ryan, Danny O'Neal. Even for a pocket passer, it doesn't matter. He's very mobile. Throw awareness, O'Neal. Throw power, Rivers by a lot. And with that deep accuracy, you're losing a bit of an element there. Short accuracy is the same. Medium accuracy goes to O'Neal. Throw on the run, Rivers. Throw under pressure, Rivers. Play action, slight to Rivers. Injury Rivers as well. I don't know. And then Logan Abraham. We're going to have 29 points to spend on him. Deal breaker is playing time. Just jack up his IQ. For career backups, this is always my strategy. Just go for IQ. I want my guy to come in, and I can at least count on the fact that he has a solid brain between his eyes. Now we can get awareness. So, you know, now he's at 71 overall. Still has no path to starting for us ever. Running back Gideon Davidson. This one's exciting. He's only impact, so that blows a little bit. 30 points to spend. Quickness is already maxed out. That's okay. I don't think you needed faster anyway. We could get that elusiveness up. I kind of think that's where I want to go with things. Break tackle? What is that part of? That's part of elusiveness. Yeah, let's get that up. Real quick, I want to boost Shifty to max. That's huge. That's probably the biggest thing. And then get elusiveness up. Bam. That's nice. Okay. Can improve juke moves and spin moves. I think we get juke moves maxed out. This also might protect them from going pro. Probably won't. At 89 overall, I don't think it's going to matter much. Let's get his IQ up one as well. Awareness would be nice. Now he's a 90. Yeah, we probably just put him out of reach of staying. But there's a chance. Winston Malone will be better. He will be our third down back. Probably. I'm not really sure. We can get him faster, but at 20 points, I mean, that's just not really worth spending money on. I don't. I mean, you just increase his IQ? What is he? He's a junior. Excuse me. He could be a solid third down back. And then Miles Iheanacho. Backfield threat. We don't meet any of his current things. We get his speed up. Definitely want to do that. 86 and 90 is not great, but it's going to be better. Get awareness up one. Go ahead and max out his elusiveness. This guy's a redshirt freshman. Now his caps kind of suck, so I don't know if he's ever really going to have a path forward for us. Get that IQ up, though. Improve spin moves. Just keep going for the IQ. Again, I want you to be smart. Definitely want his route running to be better too. Not an ideal upgrade path for him. Ricky Childers. Doesn't have any of these things. Blocking. This is the easy one. IQ wouldn't be bad, but let's just get that blocking up quite a bit. So, you know, now he's a considerably better blocker. Not great. We can improve his second level blocking, though. I think that's a pretty solid upgrade path for him. And then wide receiver, we have two impact players and Corey Milliner. Godfrey is our first one. Route artist. Probably better I move my webcam, huh? Yeah, I think that's better. Godfrey doesn't have a ton of upward mobility. Well, he does. That's not true. 33 points. I'd like to get that route running up. Man, the hands wouldn't be bad. He certainly wasn't the most secure. At this point, could get his medium up to max. I don't know if that helps out a ton. I'd maybe rather him do cut moves and double move routes. Definitely cut moves. Yeah, we can max that out. That's gonna be pretty big. That's a big thing right there. Then we have 5 points to spend. We could max out his medium route running, or get hands, or get elusiveness, or get awareness. I think I'd like to get his medium route running. If I can be sure on third down, I need 5 to 10 yards, I can go to Jake Godfrey. 99 medium route running. He will be open almost every time because those cut moves are platinum and his route running is 99. That's perfect. That is perfect. Oh, now you can't see developments, I guess. Mbakwe. That power is in the dumps. That kind of stinks, but could get the awareness up. I do not mind that at all. Just go ahead and max that out. I mean, it sucks that it won't get higher, but... And Mbakwe is an elusive route runner, so he has a lot of room to go on his route running as well. I don't see any reason not to go ahead and bump that up a few spots. Now he can do double move routes and cut routes as well. We'll get those cut routes up. Get the double move routes up. Maybe get his hands a little better. He already had pretty sure hands, but, you know, why not get that higher if we can? I think that's all we can do for him. Yeah. I'm not going to do spin moves. I don't do a lot of those as it is. Mbakwe is a solid player. He actually might get drafted. Quite honestly, we've made him so good, and he's 99 speed. There is a really high chance that we lose Jalen Mbakwe. That deal breaker for him also should be satisfied because he'll be number 2 on the depth chart. Then Corey Milliner. So we have 2 seniors that are leaving for sure after this year, but we might lose all 3 players. That would really stink. Milliner, he projects to be outside as well. So I would think we'd want that release up a little bit. We can get the awareness up considerably. The catching's a little low. I almost wonder if he shouldn't just be a contested specialist. It's actually not an option. Yeah, I want him to be a guy I can rely on, and then we'll get his route running up a little bit as well. So now he's an 88. Really, really good player. We have 3 really excellent wide receivers. Yeah, now he has the best catching and catching traffic. 6'2", he's our tallest. That's your red zone threat. He already was. This just increases it that much more. And then we bring back Jerry and Graham as well. He's only a junior. He has playing time as a motivation. He's an impact player. We can go ahead and get his speed up, and we might as well do that. Like, if we can max it, we should max it, right? And then we could get his elusiveness up as well. We'll give him an ability. I guess we could give his IQ a boost. Now, he's a max player. We can get power up. That's it. He's basically max. So I'm not too concerned if he leaves, to be quite honest. Alexander Newsom at Gadget. And he's as fast as he'll ever be. I don't necessarily love that. I think I want to go ahead and get his power up. So I have a bit of a plan with Newsom, and it's not at wide receiver, I think. Oh, that wasn't really giving me much, actually. I should have been just doing elusiveness. Yeah. Go ahead and max out his carrying too. And then I'm gonna sit on him. And this is mad scientist level. He's a freshman. Playing styles A+. As long as we retain him. Next year, I plan to move him to quarterback. It's a bit crazy. And I know playing styles is deal breaker, so that would, put us on the cut line of whether we can use him. But that's kind of the idea I have with him. AJ Schneider is one of the guys we brought in season 1's recruiting. And he is capped at speed, but that's okay. His speed's pretty good. Let's give him an IQ boost. Gotta get that awareness up. And then I probably want to go ahead and bump his route running up. Catching's also pretty poor. Go ahead and up his awareness again. He has playing style as well. We should satisfy that probably. Bacchus. We're going to need to reload at wide receiver after this year, though. It's going to be a problem. Get the awareness up there. Route running as well. And then hands. None of these guys should play. So, not a big deal. Dalton Wiley. Impact player. 52 points, and he is a physical route runner. So, let's just max out his hands. That quickness can go up as well. And I'll go ahead and do that. So we've maxed out his hands. We know what he will be catching the ball. Go ahead and get that route running up. And get the awareness up. Wile's an interesting player. I could see him in his senior season being good. I don't see it happening for now. And his deal breaker is proximity to home. So he'll stay. We will have him. We'll get to develop him. He'll be a pretty solid player by the end. Trent Thomas. Now we're going to lose him, but we don't mind anymore. I can't believe he stayed. I really can't. I wouldn't mind getting his elusiveness up. He is a physical route runner. I could also just make him a sure thing, but I'm going to go ahead and bump up that quickness, make him a little more usable, and then probably just go for IQ. That's always my catch-all. IQ is just so useful in everything. He's an 80 overall. Not going to really do much for us in the run game, and that's where these guys come in. Marcus Helm. Very slow. He is a sophomore. True sophomore with normal dev, so not necessarily going to do a whole lot for us in the long run, maybe, but he's best friends with the QB, and he has good composure. I like that. And we can get his blocking up. We could bring him in and make him into a bona fide offensive lineman. I don't see any reason not to go ahead and do that. Group double teams on outside runs. I'm not concerned with that at the moment. His power is maxed, but his power is really good, so get that blocking up again. Holy mackerel, he's a 93 overall. He might get drafted. What? Where did that come from? Okay. For effectively being an offensive lineman. Just max this guy's IQ out. Jay Beasley, not a path forward, I would say. And then Breck Long. Love the name Breck. That's such a funny name. We're going to upgrade him as well. Strength can't really get much better. Quickness could. Senior. Let's get those hands up. Seven points. All right. Here's the big one, Stanton Ramel, the star. And he has 55 points to spin. We're going to get that run blocking up. Maybe pass blocking. We can max out improved play action blocking. That's nice. I think I'm gonna max out his run blocking and then get IQ. So he didn't go up much. He'll probably get drafted. 92 overall. I would have liked to have seen a little more come out of him, but still, that's a pretty solid boost. We're just gonna spend points on run blocker. I'll max out pass blocker. But if you're going to play on this team with this style we have, you have to be a better run blocker. Non-negotiable. Get that IQ up. I mean, it's cheap. Again, this just ensures if he comes into the game, we shouldn't just suddenly fall apart. And I think I'm going to have to move my camera, actually. I do think it is blocking. At least for me, it was blocking. Proximity to home, so he'll stay. He's only a freshman too, so we can get him there. We can develop him. Levy Johnson, this is kind of your backup. This guy's nothing, respectfully. That's a terrible player. And then Benji Fowler we brought in. Get his quickness up. Left guard Ryan Howerton. Impact raw strength player. Would love to get his run blocking up. Wouldn't mind getting his power up as well. I believe he's a junior. Let's get those up a little bit. Prove double teams on inside runs. That could be pretty good for short yardage situations. Let's get that IQ maxed out. I think we get the power maxed out too. '85, but 85's not bad. And I think what he does super well. Devin Harper, impact player as well. He's maxed out on power, and I want to get that run blocking up. Actually, I want to get the awareness up. Protection from wear and tear impacts, that might not be bad. Second level blocking also might not be bad. Yeah, we can just go ahead and do this. Prove double teams on inside runs. I do think that would be nice. We'll go ahead and lock that in. So now he's an 82. Got pass protecting center Devin Gonzalez. And now he's an 80. So, deal breaker for him. Not going to be satisfied. He'll transfer. PJ Pryor, raw strength center. Wouldn't up his power. That's all we can do. Braden Ramey. And we'll go ahead and get his IQ up as well. And run blocking. Oh man, this is brutal. This is what you get. Manual is so much more fun than automatic progression, but it's also takes a lot of time. Rhino, Tapa, Atuatai. Any of those. Power could go up. I'm not necessarily concerned with that one. Would love to get his pass blocking up. I'm not concerned with that one either, though. Get his lead block up a little bit. Does that unlock us anything? No. Maybe the footwork? I don't think we need the power. Max out his IQ. Still doesn't unlock anything. And then we can max out his pass protection, which still doesn't unlock anything. What is he? Raw strength. Alright. And then you know what? I guess we can put 3 into footwork. How about that? Morevu. Get that awareness up a little bit higher. Get that run blocking up. And then improve pass blocking. Excuse me. He's well-rounded. Talking another max player. Voice is going out on me pretty badly now. We can get his power up. Even max it out if we wanted. I'm gonna go for acceleration though. Dang, that is a maxed out player. That's brutal. Logan Jollenbeck. Also maxed out. Sheesh. These are just cannon fodder down the line. I mean, if it's worst case scenario, if your fourth string guy comes in and he's, I guess, 70 overall, you can live with that, maybe. We're talking 3 guys maxed out around 70 overall. So, not great. Randall Keller. And his caps now are something else. Oh. He has impact dev and proximity to home. He has mentals. This is a good long-term development guy. He's a sophomore, so that part stinks a little bit. But let's get that run blocking up. And the IQ. Go ahead and max out that IQ. That run blocking up some more. We can do footwork. Why not? It's 2 points. Alright, everybody got upgraded here. Now onto the defense. Tyler Thomas, the speed rusher, has playing time as an F. And yeah, I don't know that he's going to start this year, unfortunately. I don't really see... He's a senior. So again, I could go quickness, get him up a point, or I could do this, and this will matter more come game time. Get that IQ up. I can't max it out, but I can sit on 4 points, and then I could probably max it out with another point. Otherwise, it's power moves, and I think we'll sit there on him. Darren Reed comes in. Star development senior. 39 points to spin. Not exactly tremendous on that front. Boost against pass blocks on 3rd and long. I like that. And we can get him up into a top tier pass rusher, I think. 99 power moves. 99. We can't get him to platinum pocket disruptor. But my goodness, that is something special right there. Get his awareness up to an 80 at least, and then 89. 87 overall player. He should be a monster on the line. We have our 4-star guy as well that's going to start for us. This is an edge setter. Just get his run stopping up. And then IQ. Got a lot of backups at edge. Pure power. What's your deal breaker? Playing style? So we can hope we're gonna keep him. Get that IQ up. Not a bad player. Certainly for a 72 overall, you could do worse. Terrell Johnson, proximity to home, senior player. Gonna go for that IQ. And then the run stopping. Guy comes in, 73 overall. You know he can do some decent stuff. Feel comfortable with him. Joey Abbott, after redshirting, playing style player with really good skill caps, but only impact dev. So let's go ahead and get his pass rushing up. That run stopping up as well. And then go hard on the IQ now. Still sad we lost out on Jordan. RJ Moss comes in, 79 overall impact player. And he's maxed out on run stopping. I would love his power to be higher. Let's get that pass rushing up though. Get the IQ up. Boost pass block on 3rd and 4th and long. He's up to 12 points remaining. I think we go twice into pass rush. Or get that one. There we go. We're going to take a step back from interior rush, I think, this year. Unfortunately, normal Kevin Oates. Yeah, this guy's going to be our nose tackle, so let's bump up his block shedding. So Kevin Oates will play nose. Marcus Moye also probably could play nose. He's normal playing style. Power's certainly there. Can we bring him in and make him the big hog mally? I think so. Senior though. I mean, so that's as far as he'll ever go. That's unfortunate. Randy Noble. Run stopping's max. Let's get the IQ up. Skill cap achieved. And then run stopping's already there. Guess it's power moves. Alright. And then last, Achilles Woods. His thing is champ contender. Alright. Alright, there we go. It's Decatur, Alabama. Didn't know that. Look at the pass rushing. 76 finesse. That's pretty good. Andy McGlynn, elite development. That's right, elite with 61 points to spend. Wow. All right. Let's get that up. And get quickness up some as well. I think I'd like to spend the rest on IQ. And he will play. So his thing is champ contender. He might be tough to come back. That kind of sucks a little bit. Run stopping's pretty good. Could get that quickness up again. I'm tempted to do that because the zone's already in a pretty good spot. The awareness is certainly there. Let's do it that way. All right. And he should come back for his junior season if we don't upgrade him again. And if we stay at B+ on championship contending. Which I don't see why we wouldn't be championship contenders. And then Colin Lester, just going to upgrade his IQ. Should tuck. The lurker. Get the IQ up. And then go pass coverage. Not bad. Not great. Not bad. All right, this is the big one. Corner. This is where we're going to make everything happen. Senior Dallas Young, impact player, 36 points to spend. And I think we focus solely on getting up his coverage ability. I want to run a lot more of match coverage this year. But you know what? I also want him to be able to catch the ball. Let's get that up some. Do that again. So now he's at 80-man, 85 zone. And his catching's at a doable spot. He's a decent player. He's a lot better than we've had for a long time, I think. Willie Goodwin at impact. He's 34 points. And if we're running... Ooh, that is tempting. He is a junior, so that is certainly tempting. The awareness is not very high, but to get that speed up into the higher 90s would be pretty intriguing. I think we gotta go awareness though. And 81, we can expect to satisfy that for his senior year. Cole Punga, 69 overall, star dev. He has 62 points to spend, so he sat on the bench. He learned for a year. Let's get the catching up a little bit. Just want him to be able to catch a ball if it comes his way. Get that awareness up. I still expect to run a lot of zone concepts. Get that speed up. Would I be crazy for maxing out his speed? Probably, right? Because right now he's not going to be a great outside corner. The coverages are not great, 64, 73. I'd be better suited to get him with more speed, more coverage ability. Yeah, I think so. Just kind of bump up here and there. Get that zone to a pretty good spot, and then get that man up as well. At least he's in the 70s now. Again, Punga has a proximity to home deal breaker. We're not going to dissatisfy that anytime soon. If ever. I mean, proximity to home, that should be fine. Playing time for Danny Ham. Field corner, we're going to get his catching up. Wouldn't mind getting a guy with better run stopping. That speed's certainly not there. I don't see Ham starting. I would probably redshirt him. I know playing time's his deal breaker, so he'd probably leave, but what am I supposed to do? Carlos Corbin. Again, let's just give him a little hands bump. And then start doing his coverages. There we go. Switch it up again. This may look like it's just a waste of time, but it really is important. I gotta figure this stuff out. We can get his hands up. Oh shit, it's 1:30. I gotta end this soon. I gotta eat. Landry Wells, freshman from Alabama. Playing time is his #1 thing. Well, I hate to tell you. Not gonna happen. Yeah, because I'm running match coverage so much these days, I really want to make sure that I get his awareness, play rec, and the coverages. Like those have to be the big 3 things that makes you do that no matter what. Like you want the coverages to be there no matter what. So it's like, what's the point of saying it? Well, it's something that I have to keep in mind. Like I can't have a guy going out there that has bad coverages, first of all. But then if I'm running match specifically, I have to make sure both ratings go up, because I can't just put up zone. Mainly because I think the play rec is what matters so much. I don't know. It's all just guesswork. Raheem Stroud, impact player, has 35 points to spend. And the good news here is we can get his coverages up as part of one big thing. To get his speed up as well. Gosh, that feels like a bit of a waste, because at safety, I don't even know how much that's just going to be used. So let's just go IQ for the rest. Yeah, we'll just max out IQ here. Pretty smart player. I think can kind of fill in Wesley Miller's shoes a little bit. IQ. And then run support. We still need to heavily improve safety next year. We'll probably need new corners. Recruiting's going to be a lot different than it's been to this point in the series. We'll have to actually go after specific needs instead of just best player available. It's a good problem to have, for sure. New song. Safety, strong safety, that is. Man, we are nearing the end. We only have a few players left. Wow. Tyron Ray in his final year. And you know the drill. IQ. Coverage has got to get better too. If I run 4-2-5, It wouldn't be a bad idea. It would bench one of my corners. So that part isn't great. I think we maxed out IQ. And then I think we put the last point in the pass coverage. But the run support's there. 74 tackling, 67 block shed, 80 pursuit. He could play in the slot. He certainly could play in the slot. That's something we'll have to consider. Full Blaylock. Sure, he comes in, he can catch interceptions, I guess. That's so funny. All right, kicker Davis Little. He has been solid for us for 2 years now. He's coming back for yet another. And we can max out his kick accuracy. Punts. That doesn't even make sense. Easier accuracy timing on deep field goals. We can go ahead and get 2 ratings into those. But he's a junior, so he actually could stay. He'll stay again, I think. We currently satisfy his deal breaker. Hamilton, DeBoyan. Can get that accuracy up some. And our last but not least, our punters. Dante Waller. And we used our punters in year 1 and 2. So this does actually matter. We can get that power up. Nice. We can get coffin corner on punts from midfield or closer. That would help out a lot. And I'd much rather get the trait than the accuracy boost here. Now, I'll probably save for getting the final points in his junior year if we bring him back. I don't know that we will. And Ty Carroll. Senior who is maxed out. Can get his quickness up. He's actually not necessarily slow. Sure, if we ever want to run a fake with him. Why not? Or punter gets hurt, we'll bring in Ty Carroll. Did that give me any physicals for him? No. Then let's boost his throw power. It goes up to 61. Sure. Alright, that is it. We are a 2-star program after making the playoffs. If you say so. Maybe that'll go up in the next week. We're going to sim training results and then save immediately. Still number 7 in the nation. But I'm going to have to call it here. Well, let's check encourage transfers real quick. We do have too many players, so that means we can encourage transfers. First one that's going to go is Ty Carroll. Bye, Ty Carroll. Also Hamilton DeBoyan. Bye, Hamilton DeBoyan. We'll need one more player to transfer now. I don't want to necessarily do that to Eric Curtin. Do I have a better player? Maybe Breck Long? I mean, he's a senior. Playing style, playing style. Champ contender. Breck Long could be a good option. Is he one of the worst players on the team? No. Yeah, let's do Breck Long. I don't want a guy named Breck on my team anyway. Alright, and we are down to 85 out of 85 players, so we've satisfied that. I have, it looks like 24 points to spend on my coaching tree. I could try to get Motivator. And Motivator wouldn't be bad. that off-season boost stuff, that'd be nice, but that's pretty far down the path, so you have to really work hard to get that. Not really seeing that as an option. Again, tactician could be good. I can put 3 points in the DBs. And that might actually be the move, because then we can upgrade man coverage and pursuit. Doesn't help. We need a fourth one into zone coverage and play rec, but I think that's worth doing. I'm going to do it. We need as much help in the secondary as we can get after last year. I think the pass rush will be there this year. We're at 0 points. We have custom conferences. I will be making my own conference. We will be, I think, moving to the American. I'm 90% sure I'm going to do that. Probably bringing Troy with me, but thank you so much for watching, everyone. I think that's where I'm going to call it. My throat really hurts, so that was pretty tough. I tried. I think this was a really, really solid offseason. It hurt losing Duke Watson, but we replaced Duke Watson in the aggregate, I suppose you could say. We definitely replaced Duke Watson. We don't have the power runner like Kenyon Clay last year, so that hurts a little bit. We'll have to kind of figure that one out. But I think overall, I think we're a better team. We're going to be probably in the 80s overall ratings next year. That would probably put us as one of the top American teams if we move. Not thinking of anything else. No Big 12, no SEC yet. If next year goes well, but not well enough to compete in the SEC, we might move to the Big 12 and then jump to the SEC. That is the ultimate goal for this series. We're just not there yet. But, all right, I think that's where I'll call it. Peace.